So I've got something to share with you. As I was at a restaurant this morning here in Paris, I saw people walking past me. I thought, is it them? Because I haven't seen these people in 10 years, right? And then after I ate, I went to them and I saw it was actually them. Okay. Now these people I worked for they had a clothing range, they had a fashion range, and I modeled for them for that time in my life. Okay. So I went to them and it was so nice just chatting to them and just saying hi, and it was just so fun just to catch up and just to say, how are you? Where are you? What are you doing in your life? It was good talking to them. Now that time when it was my turn to hand over, my part in that fashion department, I did it with a smile. I didn't do it with, it was time for the next person to just take that part over. And today I could talk to those people and it was fine. And that is how we need to be. That is how we need to have relationships today. We need to have good relationships with people, even though those people are not part of your inner circle anymore. Now, we have different phases in our lives, right? We grow up. We start from pre-primary, then we go to primary school, then we go to high school, then we go study, then we have our first work, second work, and so it goes on. So you are going to have people in your life that's only part of your life for that specific time, for that phase in your life. Now we need to make sure if that phase in your life ends, you need to end the chapter on a good way. You need to end the chapter with integrity. You need to end that relationship, that chapter in your life with in a good way. You know that saying, don't burn bridges? Now that is very important. Like I'm saying now, I used to, be a model for those people. Then it wasn't my turn, but I didn't burn bridges and I didn't feel uncomfortable to see them today. You know those times when you walk in Pick n Pay or wherever you walk and you see someone and you actually have to go into another aisle because you don't want to see that person, because you have to work on forgiveness, or you have to work on something that you did towards that person that you feel guilty about, then you have to go into another aisle because you don't want to face that person. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those relationships, people that are just part of your life for a little while, and your chapter ends. We need to close that chapter in a good way. You know what? I had someone working for me 2 years ago. I helped her move from Joburg into my place, and then she worked by me for a while, and just overnight she said she's not coming back. She still owed me a lot of money. And that December I saw her in Pick n Pay, and I went to her and I hugged her and I said, how are you? How are your kids? And she actually looked to me like, what is this woman doing? Isn't she supposed to be angry at me? That is how we need to be. We mustn't hold grudges. You know what? If a season ended in your life, move on. That person is not part of your inner circle anymore. But you know what? That person was part of your life. That person was a very important part of your life. Sometimes we build friendships, and then you move away, or that person, walks into a new area, or they move away. And they can't be in contact with them every day. But when you see them again, it's comfortable to see them again. It's not uncomfortable. You don't want to run away because you see them and you feel guilty, or they did something to you and you can't forgive them, and you just want to, throw them with eggs. Let's amend relationships. If someone hurt you today that was part of your life for a while, send them a message and just say, hi, how are you? You know what? I'm sorry I acted in that way. Hi, how are you? I'm sorry I did this to you. Or, hi, how are you? You know what? You've been part of my life for 4 years and you moved away, but I haven't catched up with you. Just keep contact with people that was part of your life, because they were part of your life for a while. And we need to build relationships. We need to build each other up. We can't hold grudges. We can't walk in bitterness. Now there's a verse that says in Hebrews 12 verse 15, it says, we need to make sure that no one lives with a root of bitterness, because it will cause trouble and it will poison hearts of many. Why will it poison hearts of many? Because if you are feeling bitter about someone, you are going to tell other people why you're feeling bitter about that person, and maybe it's not the whole truth. Then you're going to make that people also feel better about that person, and then it's just a whole bitter pool. We need to forgive. And if you have an issue with someone, you need to sort it out. You need to either sort it out in your heart, or you need to go physically sort it out with that person. We cannot walk in bitterness. We cannot walk in bitterness. Then in Romans 12 verse 19, now this is part of integrity. This is part of we have to be what we are being, who we are. Like I'm going to be exactly tonight. That is how we need to be. That is integrity. Romans 12 verse 19 says, I'm not sure if it's 19 or 9. Sorry, I wrote it down. Just go make sure if you want to go look up the verse up. Let the inner movement of your heart always be to love one another, never playing the role of an actor wearing a mask. Wearing a mask. Don't wear a mask. Don't be fake. If you have a problem with someone, go face that person. Go tell them, you hurt me. Can we sort it out? I'm not saying if a person really hurt you, you have to allow them into your inner circle anymore. I'm not saying that. I'm saying forgive. And if you see that person, you can say to them, hi, how are you? And you can bless them. That's what it means to bless someone. Just we need to walk in love, not in bitterness. In 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 11, one of my favorite verses, we need to encourage each other and build each other up. Encourage each other. Right? Then in Ephesians 4, 2-3, it says, walk with humility, gentleness, patience, bearing one another in unselfish love. Verse 3, make every effort to keep oneness of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Each individual walking together to make the whole successful. We need to live, we need to stay in the bond of peace. God is love. God is peace. We need to walk in the bond of peace. So today, if you have to go amend a friendship, not necessarily in your inner circle, but just amend a friendship that was part of your life, write that message. Keep in touch. You know, people, we need to walk in unity together. We have to support each other, even if it's just with an encouraging word, even if it's just with a message saying, hello, I'm thinking about you today.